Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be looking at a range of products from Streamplify. If you've ever considered live streaming or thought maybe we're going to upgrade some of my gear to make it look a bit more professional, you might have gone online and seen just how expensive that stuff is. So Streamplify are a relatively new company that aim to make things a little bit more affordable, especially if you're on a budget. We have 4 products here to look at today. You can buy these all individually or you can actually get them as bundles as well. So for example, the camera, ring light and the microphone, you can buy that as an essentials bundle. Streamplify also offer higher end ones as well with extra ring lights, green screens, boom arms and things like that as well. And I will link all of those down in the description box if you want to check any out. Also, if you're watching around the time of uploading, they have a Black Friday deal on Overclockers UK. You can get this essentials kit instead of £140, it's £104, so significant saving if you're watching this when it's uploaded. We've also got the Hub Control 7, that's a 7-port individually controlled USB hub, also a quick charge port in there as well so you can charge your phone. We're going to unbox and overview each of these products and then put them together into a setup at the end so you can see how it sounds and see how it looks. So I'm going to start this one with the camera. This is a full HD, so 1080p 60 frames a second camera. So there's the camera. We've got a little accessory box which has got a little tripod in it. So obviously webcams is a very populated market, so I'm actually really keen to see how this stacks up against a lot of the competition. We could also do a comparison if that's something you'd be interested in, so leave a comment and let me know. I have got the Logitech and also the Elgato face cam as well, so if that's something you'd like to see then do let me know. We've got some rubber feet so it's not going to slip on the surface, and then you've got a little control for the ball head, some basic adjustment. You can also go vertical as well. It's pretty well made for a basic accessory. I could see a lot of people just using the camera on the monitor, but it is nice to have if you want to have off to the side. So the camera itself, we've got a nice long USB cable. Let's have a look at how long this is. 2-meter cable, and we've got a threaded bottom as well, so you can either use it on a tripod or an external mount. So then this folds out a bit of a lip to go over the top of the monitor. There's also some protective plastic on the rubber as well. You have got a privacy cover on it as well, so you can just literally switch it back and forward, which is nice. It seems that there's a little LED indicator on there as well, so presumably that's going to light up when the actual camera can see you. There is some adjustability on the actual camera as well, so should you have it on the monitor rather than using the additional stand, then you have got some range of adjustability as well. So up next, the microphone, and this is called Mic. Hi Mike. So this is a cardioid pickup pattern, also has RGB, so gives you extra frames a second. So let's have a look. So we've got a quick start guide, our shock mount, which is actually quite a surprise at a more affordable price point. There's a USB-C to C cable and also a USB-C to A, so it gives you flexibility. We've got a little Velcro cable tie there as well. So further down we've got the pop shield, so integrated pop shield, stop all those plosive sounds. And then of course the microphone. So let's go around the microphone itself. We've got a big volume dial that also has a click that acts as a mute button underneath for the RGB control, and then we've also got a 3.5mm out for headphone monitoring. Underneath we've got a Type-C port and then the thread where it's going to go onto the pop shield and shock mount. So I've got all that sandwiched in and we can tighten it up. It doesn't actually use the threads, which I was quite surprised at, but it seems to be very sturdy and it's certainly in there, so should be perfectly fine. And then we've got the thread to go onto the little stand, and there we go. Quite impressed by that actually. I also recommend that you line up the microphone with one of the legs. That way it's got some support going forward, because if you have it in between, it's quite front heavy. So up next, the ring light. This is the Light 10, so that denotes the size, so 10 inches. They do have bigger ones available should you need that. This one has 3 different color temperatures from 3K up to 6,000. Also comes with a tripod and also supports 5 volts as well, so you can use it like on a power bank, for example. So if you're doing a little phone live stream from somewhere. Tripod first, we have obviously our 3 legs. There's 5 centimeters of adjustability on each leg, so you can make it higher or lower. You have to push each side in for it to unlock the leg and then slides out. There's a ball head on this one like we saw with the camera tripod, and there's a locking mechanism below that. There's also a phone adapter in the box as well, so if you're live streaming from your phone you can use that. That will then go onto this kind of ball arm. That then gives you ball adjustment and also flexibility with the arm, and that can go into the ring light that I'll show you in a minute. So the ring light itself, we've got a thread on the inner side, then also on the bottom, so we can include this onto here. So then you can either use the arm with the phone holder on, that will go in like that, and you can bend it round to clip into your phone. But you've also got an additional ball head in the box as well. Then you can mount the webcam on top of that. So you've got flexibility in kind of whatever you fancy using. Nice braided cable, and there's also options on there. So we've got a power button, plus and minus the brightness. You can do 10 different levels. And there's also a button for the temperature as well. Last but not least, the Hub Control 7. It's got RGB as well, so PC goes faster. Quick charge, as I said, for your phone. And then you have 7 different ports for all your devices. Individually switched as well, which I really like. Can save having more power intensive devices connected all the time. So in here we're going to have a power adapter, standard. Obviously the end of the plug will be different depending on what region you're in. We've got a USB cable, so this is a Type A, Type A, USB 3. Here are the acrylic tiles. These are all different as well, so you can assign one to say one's a webcam, so you know which one you're going to be turning on and off. Here's the actual hub, Streamplify logo on the top and also on the bottom. It's got a nice rubber base, so it's not going to move where you put it on your desk. Here's the business end on the back. So we've got the red port, which is the quick charge, so you can use that for your phone, and obviously 6 additional USB 3s. Below that, we've got the USB port that will connect to your PC, and also where our power adapter is going to plug in. Then there's another more hidden button as well, which is on the left hand side as you look at it. This is the button which will change your RGB. This is where the acrylic tiles come in. So these will just push in above your selected device, and that will give you a little bit more of an indicator of what's actually connected to it. And now plugged in, you can see some of the RGB working. So you can go through the different effects, breathing effects of different colors. There's also static colors as well, something that I'd probably go for. Blue looks quite nice. So with the RGB, they're obviously a lot easier to see because it kind of backlights them, and then turning them on and off gives you a little white LED so you can see what's on or not. So now we've unboxed everything, I'm going to get this all onto my desk and set up so we can see how it would look as a live stream. Okay, so now we're in the kind of live stream scenario at my desk, and I've got a few things that I just want to run through that I experienced when I was kind of setting this all up. So the microphone defaults at 30 when you plug it into Windows, so make sure you go into Windows settings, set that up to 100, otherwise you're not going to get the full volume. When I was setting the audio devices up in OBS, it was very easy to select the camera audio rather than the microphone audio, because it's Streamplify cam, Streamplify mic. So just double check that, because it's very easy just to gloss over it, and then you end up with the whole stream set with your webcam audio. You know, it still works, but of course if you've got a separate microphone, you're going to want to use that. The ring light I will now turn on. This will, you know, pretty drastic difference just for a really, you know, small compact ring light. And then of course we've got the different modes, so we can go for a warmer one, maybe an evening stream or something like that. Just a bit more chill out. In the middle, so about 4,500 Kelvin, and then you've got the 6,000. So that's it. It's fully brightest. You don't actually have to have it that bright just to, you know, make a little bit of a difference. There's a good kind of middle ground, but compared to nothing is really drastic. The camera itself, I've been really impressed with that out of the box. This is all default settings, and it does have a little white LED indicator to show it's active. And then microphone wise, the dial controls the earphone volume when you've got a 3.5mm headphone connected, not the actual volume of the microphone. That's set by either OBS or Windows. Then you've got the mute that shows up on red when you press the actual middle dial. It does make a bit of an audible bump when it's enabled, so just something to bear in mind. Personally, I'll just mute in OBS if you're going to, you know, need to mute your microphone. Then there's the pop shield. I would like it a little bit further away from the actual capture of the microphone. I just think another support on the other side would help that a little bit, help with the plosive sounds. And then the stand, just make sure you've got a leg towards you just to help the front heavy weight so it doesn't topple over. All of this is connected to the hub as well, so it's nice to have everything individually controllable. So for example, the microphone, like that will be an alternative mute as well if you want to just hard mute. And it's nice to actually have that hub as well with the individual controls, so you can just turn off what you don't use. I've got an SD card reader on the end, which has been really helpful, and especially if you've got an older PC, we've only got a couple of USB 3 ports. That's a really good way to, you know, be able to branch it out into more options. And then the RGB I turned off personally. It was a bit distracting, like having the RGB kind of flowing at the side of my eye, but obviously that's customizable. You can turn it off, which is nice. The acrylic tiles that come in the hub, I was a little bit skeptical at before it arrived, but actually having the device that's plugged into it with an indicator of what it is quite handy. We could of course take those off and turn the RGB off, make it more like a sleek hub. That could be another option if you're not a fan of that. But personally for me, it's nice to see what is connected at a quick glance. So I think that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing overview and then live stream mishmash that this turned out to be, but I think it's nice to actually demonstrate these products rather than just doing a simple overview of them. So if there's any more questions or anything you want to know, then do leave a comment down below. But I think they are great value for money. I would definitely recommend these to anyone that's on a budget, and especially if you're going to look at buying now with that Black Friday discount, it's definitely worth doing. So yeah. So thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and ding the bell so you don't miss a future video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to Streamplify for sending this out for me to review. I'll see you all in the next one.